Hello, gamers. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You cheated. You heard me saying that before it even went to stream. Zerzu. I hope you get your Pokemon cards in the future. Ripperoni on the pepperoni. Maybe you just have to buy them from the secondhand market for $500 billion. That's the way it goes. Hello! We are going to be going over the roadmap roundup. If you're watching the VOD, what's up? Leave a comment below, discuss. I like to read them regardless, even if it's just a live stream. I don't even know if this goes to VODs anyways. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. If you're watching on Twitch, hello. We're going to... Lots to talk about this week. My weekly recap's going to be a big one. Pokemon is canceling my mind talking buy retail. We're canceling Pokemon, that's it. Lots to talk about in the weekly recap video that will go out on Saturday on my Leaf SC channel. So we're going to focus on these things now. Let's just get right to it. There's a lot to get to. We're going to start with the monthly recap. We've got the roadmap roundup as well, and then Inside Star Citizen. We'll end with that one, just so in case people can't join right away, they'll join for that. But I think the roadmap roundup is going to be the easiest, quickest one to get through. What's up, String Daddy? How you doing? And a reminder, throughout all this, we are doing the giveaway for Claire Obscure on Saturday for any Fourth Wall subscribers. So Saturday's when we're going to do it. We're going to do it during our RLCS watch party. So hopefully you can join us then. But for now, let us get into this. Roadmap roundup is our first thing. Only real changes that we've seen were things that we knew were coming. You saw what? The roundup? Yes, so this is where they take all the patch notes and they tell us what they're committed, what's being removed. Oh, the monthly report. That's the one that gets complicated, yeah. All right, well, let's go this. So, on the release view for 4.1, do you mean 4.1.1? Or are they retroactive? Because this is the retroactive for 4.1, right? Interesting. Let's look at retroactively. Good morning. Hello, Bally. They just added some more armor to Wikello stuff. Item recovery, we know that. This is all stuff that's already in the game. Collision physics update. Oh yeah, mass and speed. So you don't have Auroras running into the Polaris and blowing up the Polaris. This is all stuff that's already in the game. Grenade launcher, balance pass, ships and vehicles update, ship turrets update, Wikello, yeah. This is the newer stuff. So local site mains, this is going to be 4.1.1, I'm guessing. I guess they're just not putting the 1. It's just this is stuff being committed to the overall 4.1 patch. This, we can blow that up so you guys can see it a little better. I wish there was a way to like center the text. We'll do this and we'll just keep whatever I'm talking about above my head. So this is going to be stuff they showed off at SitCon a while back, where they you'll be able to like repair shit at like local stations. I wonder what kind of money that's going to be like, because you're still going to need like a ship to get to these unless they do some of this stuff in cities, and let you pull out your multi-tool in towns to do this, like get a little extra cash. But is it going to be worthwhile? Like, is this stuff, I feel like repair stuff is going to be like just adding fuses, and that is going to be a piece of other missions, right? Like this isn't going to be missions in itself, because I just don't see this being worthwhile for most players. Like, what's the value in this? This will play more into, again, pieces of other missions, but also base building, where you'll have to start repairing your own stuff, and with the multi-tool, keeping the like power going to your different systems as things wear down and break, because there's going to be wear and tear and stuff. So I feel like that's more of where it's going to come in handy. Right now, you're not going to see much of that besides being a part of other missions. Or at least they might do missions, but it's not going to be like, why would you do it? It's just going to be pointless to do. Animal population control missions. So that's going to be like the Copian thing where you just got to go and kill them, which is like the same as something we've already had, but I think they're adding more animals, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see that in the when we go over look at the roundup in the patch report. Mission animal, yes, we did this. Hunt the Polaris. This is one, Diz was saying that he was doing this before. Basically, they'll have one main event where the CDF are tasking people to hunt down this Polaris that was stolen by the Frontier fighters, and blow it up. It's not going to be all the time. It can be shared, and there's only going to be one active at a time. So it's going to be a rare world event that happens. Oh, you're doing it literally right now. Well, PTU, they probably have the rates up higher, so you're going to see it a little more often. But I'm guessing in the PU, you're going to see this maybe like once a day, maybe twice. I think it should be rare. I think it should be maybe once a day, maybe once every 2 days, to be honest. I would like for these super rare events that's just like, oh shit, everyone go. Like, drop what you're doing and go do this, you know? Bands together. Exactly. But that's what I want. And the best way to do that is to make it super rare. Like every other day. Like, this should not be I can log in and expect to play this kind of mission. And I think creating that fear of missing out kind of aspect is great in terms of gameplay, because it allows you to hear stories. There's a possibility I don't get to do this for a very long time, and I have to hear from other people, and how awesome it is, whatever. I definitely think this should be a super rare thing. It takes like 10 to 15 people. Yeah, imagine though a server where they have to like bring in like hundreds of people to deal with it. That's the kind of world event I'm looking forward to. New hairstyles, woo. We knew that was coming. New gun, Volt, who cares? Components, balance pass. Balancing ships, components, shield generators, and based on the class types. Okay. And any more ships that you can get from Wicklow. Star Lancer Max, Firebird, Peregrine, the Zeus ES, Zeus CL, Crusader, Intrepid, and top grade of components. These ships can be unlocked by bringing NPC with a low number of favors in exchange of rewards or for rewards. I guess they both work. Yeah, I really want to do some Wicklow stuff. I just haven't done anything besides go check out his shop. I haven't actually like brought him any stuff. So yeah, that's fine. I love that they have that like grind aspect though for unlocking stuff. And I need to do that. I need to have a couple streams where I just go and do that for like a week, unlock stuff. But it is cool. They're adding more rewards. I want to see less about like fighting shit, you know, and more. I want to see stuff like maybe they already have it, but I want to unlock. I want to be able to like unlock like mining ships and stuff, or like a vulture. Like I want to be able to try it, like use this to unlock other gameplay loops, right? Instead of like, I think that'd be a really good route of, hey, grind the thing your ship already does to get yourself the ship you want later in the gameplay loop you want later, or go and bring a bunch of burritos to Wicklow. Like have multiple routes towards getting those things, you know. That's my That would be nice if they just had more options for like different gameplay loop ships in there. That's what it is. That's what it be. Dude, my hair is a mess today. All right, on that, we are going to go hop over to the roadmap roundup. This is going to be a big one. Or sorry, the monthly report. Now, was there also a patch report? I thought I saw in the news in our Discord server. By the way, if you're not in the Discord server, get in the Discord server. News gets in there all the time. And you can hang out with the people in chat, Star Citizen, and all that stuff. So that was the monthly report. Oh, that was just the roadmap roundup I was looking at. Yeah, something they didn't show on here. Or maybe the progress tracker. Did I skip the progress tracker? I did. I'm stupid. Sorry. So these are the big things down here. Yeah, I saw they're adding new creatures. So that'll be like the population thing probably. Obviously we know new vehicles are coming. Radiation gameplay. That's good. They showed this off at SitCon a long time ago too. 2023 was it? Or was it 24? I think it was 23. It's hard to remember now. And we just hadn't seen it since then. So that's just good to add that in. Now different suits and armor will matter when you're going into locations. You really need to give players a reason to actively switch up their gear. And this is something I actually talk about in my newest video. Where is it? For on Claire Obscure, I just put up on my main channel. This video, I talk about how a lot of times in builds you get stuck in a rut, you know, where you just don't upgrade your abilities because there's no reason to, and you just find a thing that works for you. And that's definitely a thing in Star Citizen. I have no reason to upgrade like anything ever. I can't tell you the last time I bought ship components in Star Citizen because I don't need to. I never do. And there's just no point half the time. And I never get to missions that are hard enough that I need to because the game breaks before I do. So you need to have these reasons that from the get-go, you need to have different equipment. Like, for instance, a different suit that will help you with radiation. So I'm hoping that plays into this. That when I go to this place, I have to plan, okay, it's going to be irradiated. I need to bring a suit that gives me resistance to radiation before going there. That'll just help diversify if they do it right. Redacted sandbox, location, sandbox activity. Yeah, some more world event kind of stuff. But yeah, let's get over to the monthly report. And again, some of that might get covered in ISC, so we'll find out in a few minutes here. Pembroke suit on Aberdeen or above. Yeah, but the thing is, like, you don't need those suits right now. I go to Aberdeen all the time without a Pembroke suit, right? Like ships are too strong right now. There's just no everything can be countered with a ship. Mining, like in a ship, you're in a ship. Hand mining, why are you hand mining? You're not doing Hathor, that doesn't work. And even then, go down there, you're going to be able to last a little bit. Has external mining turrets. Sure, then use the prospector. That's what I'm saying, is like there's ways around with ships. Ships are too strong right now. I can do everything in this game with a ship. Like, I don't need to be on foot half the time. Because of the flight system, you don't even need to get out of your ship to do outposts and kill people. Just nose down, fly above them, and shoot everybody. Like, it's the game is not in a position where you need to think about these things. And I'm hoping we're going that way. It seems like that's what they want, but they just haven't put us in a position where that is the truth right now. I can do everything I need to do. 80% of it I can do in a ship, which makes on-foot stuff irrelevant. So yeah, I'm just hoping again that stuff like radiation is them now thinking, okay, we should start from the beginning making these missions something you have to think about. Because right now I take a mission and I just go there. Like I don't have to think about anything. There's a little bit of thinking sometimes, like, okay, I should bring some water, I should bring this, but it's really not the planning that they've talked about over the years, and that I would like to see. Like I'd like to take like 30 minutes. Hey, what do I got to do on this mission? What do I got to bring with me? But I don't have to right now. Okay, let's go over the monthly report real quick. Give me 1 second, and then we'll do the monthly report. Cool. Sometimes my hair is pissing me off. I want to wet it down. Yeah, but like we can pretend like we have to do any of these things and role play it, and I do that. But the reality is, I'm not forced to right now. All right, let's go over this. This is gonna be a lot. I hate that I have to turn my head sideways for this. I might actually just move this. Here, we're gonna set up I'm gonna try to set up a different scene here. Hold up. In studio mode, in game. Is there a? Oh, there is a window. Cool, perfect. I just gotta make sure it's capturing the right thing. All right, let's bring this over here and resize it so that it's filling up the space. Boom. Love it. Love to see it. Okay. Head back here. Bang. Now I can actually just look in front of me at stuff. This is nice. All right. AI content. I spent the majority of April preparing the release of Alpha 411, including the communications that players can now receive from mission givers. Although seemingly straightforward, the underlying tech required to implement this within the various connected systems was highly complicated. Okay. The team also supported this development by preparing the captured audio and animation files in DataForge so the designers could implement them into the mission logic. In keeping with the general directive of looking for more ways to convey the PU's overarching stories, the team worked on a new approach that, when implemented, will be an exciting new way to update players on storylines and events. AI content also continued to refine NPC behaviors and prototypes for design. Okay, so doing something hard and getting that out of the way so that AI can talk to you. AI features focused on the juvenile Valakar. Yeah, we saw that in. Reduce the likelihood of it getting stuck. Yeah, I've seen them where they like fly out of the ground. A cooldown was added to its melee attacks, with the creature now reevaluating targets during the cooldown. Okay, that's smart. I mean, since it's got a cooldown, do the math in there. Yeah. Issues are fixed with the Valakar not looking at its target when emerging from the ground too. Yeah, that's important to indicate to the player. Technology developed for the juvenile value card also proved useful through April. Now values can be set up in DataForge and passed a subsumption. Cool. So that's for like anybody making missions and stuff, I think. Behavior scripting engine. Previously, these values would be set in the subsumption itself, meaning that it was hard for the designers to adjust the setup and creation or create variations. By exposing more behavior values, such as attack ranges, timeouts, and the use of specific melee and projectile attacks, the designers can rapidly create variants for specific scenarios and gameplay needs. Yeah. So you can just say, hey, I need this thing, let me edit it in DataForge, and then it'll put it into subsumption. Yeah. For human combat, focus was on first reactions and escalation, including resolving bugs with the new system and adding or refining new reaction wild lines, and implementing new methods for controlling which events NPCs rather than getting drawn into combat. That's true. So combat was probably like a higher priority then. No, like, hey, sometimes you need to keep doing this other thing. Refinement and polish continued on compromise. It definitely should be like a weighted thing. Like they should wait whether this NPC's life or their friends' lives are threatened, and also, well, this comes back to like quantum. Is like, what are their values? Are they an NPC? Do they have value traits of aggressive? Do they have value or like personality traits of aggressive? Personality traits of what the shit was I gonna say? Personality traits of like passive or docile or avoid conflict avoidant, right? And that's all quantum. Like I don't know if like without quantum, unless they're trying to put it in like this new system and gave up on quantum. We need to know where quantum is. Where is Tony Z? What did they do with Tony Z? Where is he? Is he in a cage somewhere? What have they done? Yeah, like this would be great because like an NPC should react and be like, hey, that's Steve. Steve is currently gathering ammo, and his friend's about to die. Should he switch over to shooting me because I'm about to kill Joe, and Steve likes Joe and doesn't want him to die? Or is Steve full of himself and doesn't care if Joe dies and will continue scrounging for ammo, knowing that it will help him in a few moments to win the fight? And that's not stuff they have to like think ahead of time. It'll just feel like they're thinking ahead of time. That's just stuff that they are doing in the moment based off personality traits. And because they have personality traits, it'll feel like the experiences are unique and they're planning ahead. Because in a way they are by being who they are now, right? The present will dictate what happens in the future, which makes it feel like planning ahead. So yeah, this is good. This is all good, but I still want to know how this is going to get attached to like more variables to create a more variety in the combat and like interaction with NPCs. Refinement and polish continue on compromise. Cover reactions while new prototype technology is implemented to lower weapons when friendly fire is detected. For the AI, interesting. Game Intelligent Development Team. In April, the game GID team worked on various StarScript improvements, including allowing users to right-click task extension links and search for existing tasks to connect it to. That's cool. So this is just good for internal stuff. As scrolling editor for StarScript, the first pass on master graph visualization editing was completed. JD also delivered their vision for a new tool currently called Density Profiler. This prototype will help validate the visual representation of the tool, the use of threshold on metrics, and how to interact with multiple resolutions. Finally, the team continued their research discussions on the mission system. The objective remains to provide the designers with tools to help them easily create entertaining missions for players. So that's it. Yeah, just all behind the scenes stuff. Tech. Pathfinder, making improvements, start and end locations based on a past start orientation. Devs can now readjust the initial animation for better continuation when exiting a usable. Okay. Smoother animations, I guess. For the movement system, AI tech are improving chase target. Request to allow the chasing of ground vehicle targets alongside NPCs. Oh, okay, cool. The challenge with this is that the position of a ground vehicle could be outside the navigation mesh triangle. Like it goes in the air. Multiple improvements were also made to both triangle mesh-based navigation and voxel 3D-based navigation. For triangle mesh and triangle generation issues were fixed. There were propagating problems in the pathfinding and navigation raycast. For 3D voxel-based navigation, the team began utilizing the requested voxels and mesh to improve ship AI collision avoidance. On subsumption, synchronizing serialization, subsumption behavior, and behavior variables. Okay. Various bug fixes for ship AI. Improvements were made to cover generation 2, such as excluding door entities from the cover generation process and reducing the amount generated for long walls. The team is currently checking ground surface inclination to discard cover areas and areas that are almost flat. A new nav spline creator tool was created to allow designers to cool. Animation, Valakar, fun. Art, I don't really care, to be honest. Apollo. Pioneer. Module kits were solidified alongside some structural changes to improve the flow and improve the ship. Okay. So that's not done. Third, which is also briefly shown as an Inside Citizen, is process of the concept. Fourth, vehicle, the first in a while from an existing manufacturer, is formally kicked off. Okay. Perseus, define interior look, feeling. The thing with the Pioneer. In fact, excuse me. Yeah, the Pioneer is still a ways out, man. Like, if anybody thought base building was coming soon, that is. Well, I guess you don't need that for base building. You could have tier 0 base building. Like, you definitely don't need that. Pioneer is a ways out. Anybody in chat waiting for the Pioneer? I never got into this map. This was really fucking stupid, by the way. That you had to randomly get into map. I played this a lot, and I never once got the small maps. It's stupid that you can just load right into it. That was a fucking dumb decision on their part, in my opinion. It just made me want to get, like, it just made me not want to play that mode. I know their idea was like, oh, people will play it more to try and get this map. I was like, no, I want to just do it, see it, and then leave. Right? You'll get people in just by having a good game mode. Not by tricking people into like having to try and grind out getting the map. Yeah, that was fucking dumb. No one in chat waiting for the Pioneer. Anything, so I wonder how many people actually bought it. I think someone in our Discord has it. Okay, don't care. Core gameplay. That's the stuff we want. Let's see if there's some smaller ones down below to just crush out first. Invictus Long. Oh. Began for an upcoming major release, including locations, creatures, and weather. That's not 411, right? This is like a 4.2 thing. The fact that they... Because if they just said locations and creatures, I could have guessed 411. But the fact that they've included weather indicates to me Planet Tech V5. Does anyone else in chat get that? Is anyone in chat even listening anymore? Everyone, this... Is the roadmap too boring for people? Everyone's leaving. Well, don't worry. We'll get to ISC in a few moments here. Because I think this is exciting if that means Planet Tech V5. UI, okay. R&D. Various improvements were made to the lightning evaluation as part of the cloud and atmosphere array march. As such, the energy falloff function. Hey, what's up, Christian? Yeah, I saw everyone on... numbers were dropping quickly on Twitch. I'm like, uh-oh, this might not be exciting for for people. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is Planet Tech V5. Just waiting for Pioneer for the TAC. TAC looks great, actually. I like MISC's design language. I know some people said they don't, but I like their design language. Also, I have a Pioneer, so I might be a little biased to them. But, or not Pioneer. I'm sorry, Prospector. Yeah, rain. That's what I'm saying. That'll be the dynamic weather. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, with server meshing in now, they've got that back end to be able to do those calculations. So getting it to work with it, though, obviously is the next step. But I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. As such, the energy falloff function was generalized, and an extra highlight was added to separate the center of right lightning from such. Oh wait, yeah. See, look, lightning. That's not lightning. That's lightning. Various improvements made to the lightning evaluation that's part of the cloud and atmosphere array march. As such, the energy falloff function was generalized with, yeah, dynamic weather. There we are. If I read it in order. Dynamic weather to temporal stability of the CPU accessible weather map was improved. Extra helpers for the CPU weather queries were implemented, and robustness was improved when creating query contexts. Work also began on adding texture streaming support for volumetric cloud and ground fog rendering. Sun disk rendering behind sufficiently dense planetary clouds was improved and should result in softer transitions than before. Similarly, the sun disk behind gas clouds should occlude correctly again. Oh yeah, because you could see it through it. This fix corrects animated noise in banding that was observable when looking at dense clouds when the sun shining through. Yeah, that's dynamic weather. And it's a lot of back-end stuff, but it sounds like it's getting close to being ready. Again, and then upcoming major release. Obviously, there's no timeline on that, but it's mentioned. It means that's what we're working on. That's going to be so sick, man. That's going to be so goddamn atmospheric. Like just sitting out in the rain. Oh, that's going to be so cool. Sanction types improvement schedule and global network team delivered the entity teleport feature, which is used to move replicated entities that may or may not be streamed out. This enables systems like Respawn to directly reparent a player to a medical bed without needing to wait for it to stream in. Streamlining and simplifying the respawn process. I see. Yeah, because that you'd have to stream out, stream in, and load everything. Yeah, so that's why it took forever when you died to respawn. You have a black screen for forever. I wish they would actually give us a physical sun, both for Stanton and Pyro, especially Pyro's. Yeah, I think... I'm just wondering, because, like, would you ever get close enough to be able to, like, actually tell that? Because, like, as you get close enough, you would burn up, right? I mean, it's physical. It's just a, as far as I know, I think it's a three-dimensional object, is it not? Even if it's just 2D, it is physical. But flying to it, technically, you would just die. What's up, Dan? Narrative, I don't really care too much. Although, casting actors and coordinating with various downstream departments. A new NPC archetype for use across multiple missions. Okay. Team also entered the polish phase on locations will be arriving later this year. Branding team, signage. Additionally, they worked on two new location archetypes, guiding the design and art with backstory. Finally, a narrative team made an appearance. Now, is this stuff we'll see in Stand in a Pyro, or are we talking like Nixon stuff now? You know? It's just 2D disc, okay. We got a Pope. Is it you? Oh, it's Tim. Mission design. With most of the recent fundamental tech work complete, the team focused on improving mission quality. For example, players in the PTU will see the return of comms notifications, while the previous system, used for Xenothreat and Siege of Orison, was difficult to update and maintain. Now it's a lot easier to implement content into the game. That's good. The team are planning to slowly roll this update. I mean, that's why we've seen a ton of games coming out, but there's still bugs with them. They're still broken. Alpha 401 will see new mission types focused on PvE ship battles. These include ambush, which see players set up a trap to kill a priority target, and patrol, where players travel between coordinates and take on activities at each point. Yeah, the ambush one. Oh, shipwave. Yeah, we tried to do shipwave stuff, and that was also broken. Everything's broken. In April, it sounds like that might be fixed. A few of the designers began fixing missions that missed the Alpha 4.0 release. We're committed to the quality and stability of the missions. What happened with Hathor? Updates were made to Wicklow, including the things they are willing to trade. To prevent the farming of rare components, ships rewarded by Wicklow will now only feature their unique paint, while the components will be added to the Emporium. Wait, what? Ships rewarded by Wicklow will now only feature their unique paint. So you can't, like, get the ship anymore? I don't understand what that means, but I haven't done it yet. Economy. I don't like this section. I just don't like that we don't have fucking Quantum in behind the scene. Like, I don't like that we have an economy team. Well, having an economy team is not bad. I don't like the economy team arbitrarily decides what things are valued at. You know? They also support the design of several new mission archetypes, some of which have the chance to impact the universe in a more permanent manner. That I like to see. That's something I talked about in a video not too long ago about having permanent changes in the story that are affected by players. You know, a group of people, there's a mission, you have to pick 3 sides, and whichever group wins that faction, like the Pyro thing, that faction now has a longer stay or control, or it affects what is going on in that system at that time for an extended period of time, like, you know, a few months. It's a lot of planning because you have to plan for all the stuff of all those teams winning. But if you make it like an evergreen content thing of like, hey, it's just who's in control, you can have all those ready. Eventually, one of those factions is going to win, even if they were losing before, and now have control of a system, right? We should have more systems and less handwork Star Sim. Well, no. So that's not really what I'm saying there. I don't mind a lower amount of systems. What I don't mind handcrafted stuff at all. What I care about is the economy side of things. I care that me going and finding loot boxes and then selling a shit ton of weapons all of a sudden decreases the value of those weapons in the shop that I sold them to in that whole region, because now there's an overabundance, supply and demand. And I want it to be dynamic. And right now it simply just isn't dynamic. Those weapons are always worth the same price, and they're same valued everywhere. I can't upgrade Argo on the shelf right now. A few ships have been removed. Why is it coming back at the same price? For the Argo Witch. Maybe because ILW is coming up, Invictus launch week, so I don't know, maybe everything's going to launch then. That's probably why they took it down. I haven't looked. Asua. Yeah, so I want the economy to be dictated by the player actions and NPC actions as well, but I want those NPCs to be dictated by personality traits and the state of the world. I don't want two designers, economy designers, going in and saying, hey, you are these weapons are suddenly more valuable because there's a shortage in the lore. I want the maybe you can do that here and there, but I don't want that to be the main reasoning for economy. I want there to be dynamicism to I want there to be a shortage because a bunch of NPCs suddenly decided that they're going to start mining over here, and now there's no minerals to mine on that planet, or players also got involved, or pirates went over there, so now there's a higher demand for that because there's not enough getting to the shops and the refineries, and right, that's the stuff I want. Starfield's unclear what the systems they do. I mean, star systems, but gameplay systems, like if you say effects happens, trigger Y. Yeah. And a lot of that was that Star Engine stuff, or not Star Engine, sorry, the Quantum stuff with Tony Z, and that felt like the right place to be. You know, you had the volumes that triggered, you know, events and things happening, and NPCs were dictating where things were going, what was happening, and then players could also affect that. And just having two guys sitting at their desks saying, yeah, this is what the economy is going to be like, just feels so artificial to me. Isn't that what's planned through and all current pricing is? Yes, maybe. We don't know, because we haven't heard from Quantum and Tony Z in fucking, what, 4 years now? 5 years is the last time? I don't know how long it's been now. StarSim is the new name they use for Quanta. Is it? Because we do see StarSim. Oop. Well, what's going on here? Come back. Hello? Oops. I could spell. I don't know. I guess I don't. It's not mentioned. I thought I did see it mentioned. No, I guess not. I just don't see it brought up anywhere. And the fact that it's not even brought up in the economy thing. Thought they did a long ICL with the economy team last year or something. Yeah, and that was all just artificial. Like, we're changing things. We're doing, like, it had nothing to do with like dynamic NPCs affecting the economy at all. And that got me really worried. I'm like, is this an artificial economy? Have they scrapped this idea? We don't know. Like, does Tony Z, let me see. Does Tony Z still work at CIG? 6 months ago, he's still on the employee page. They said he's still working. Apparently, Space Tomato said he's just working on other things. Yeah, we just don't know. We have no updates. Right? And that's the thing that worries it, is like, I just don't. That's one of the key things that excites me about Star Citizen. Like, if I had to make a top 5 list, Quanta or Star Sim, whatever it's called now, that like a dynamic, fully dynamic NPC directed, player influenced economy is easily in my top 5. And if that's not in it, that's a major key point away from the game. So I hope that it's still there. It's just they're waiting for other things, like, for instance, server meshing, before that comes around. But there is the worry that they've gone a new direction kind of with the game, right? All right, let's see. Core gameplay. This is the big one. Several of the core gameplay teams spent their months stabilizing and improving space-themed missions in Alpha 4.1.1. This included closing out the first iteration of several new features, such as communication notifications and new mission rewards. And after this, we're going to watch ISC. Outside of new content, the team continued to monitor feedback from the PTU, yada yada. Recent tasks follow feedback investigating new issues with quantum travel and reoccurring problems with freight elevators, ship claiming, and inventory flow. Elsewhere, the team analyzed performance capture, seeing where gains could be made for both client and server frame rates, especially focusing on new content. There are several more ongoing initiatives across the core gameplay teams that are either for next release, longer term, or for Squadron 42. However, much of the work done for Squadron 42 will also be relevant to Star Citizen, so these teams work across both projects, of course. Elsewhere, core gameplay added updates to the engineering UI screen, including countdown warnings for catastrophic explosions, and reinstated the advanced diagnostic screen MFD. When are they adding realistic audio? Didn't that get added in? Or is that still on, like, release for later? I can't remember if that, like, got put in. This is one thing I don't like, by the way. I do not like constant instancing. I fucking hate that. One of the other key reasons I like about Star Citizen is that everything happens for everyone. They're all in the same world. I love that they didn't do instancing. I guess it's just certain areas. But also, oh, there's realistic audio because that's not in yet. Excuse me. There might be another one. Excuse me. More. Holy fuck, that one blew me back. Thank you. Further improvements were made then to the ship death. For example, fatal damage behaviors now require significant impact. In addition, catastrophic misfires can now be triggered by nearby items failing due to severe damage. Improvements to deactivating soft death were also completed and its effect being enabled. That's cool. So you're significant impact. Okay. In addition, catastrophic misfire, so you, like missiles and stuff maybe? Catastrophic misfires can now be triggered by nearby items failing. That's cool. So you can like shoot and then like backs up and blows off a gun or something because your components leading up to it in the power network are damaged. That's cool. It's going to make engineering very, very important. Find out where players across into each other. Exactly. And like if you go into a room, you and I as a group, we see a group going in, we're like, hey, we're gonna gank them, right? And then make their life hell. And I go into that area, and all of a sudden we're in a new area that the other group's not there. To me, that just brings me out of it so much, you know. Thank you, Tim. Let me blow my nose now after that. Give me one sec. The hangars I gave a bit of like a leeway to, because again, if you have hundreds of people, imagine the terrible experience that's going to be. I mean, it's already, I guess, because you're still sharing the experience, but imagine someone like is spending 5 hours in their hangar and blocking a pad, right? So that's one where they had to do it, and realistically, you're not really interacting with other players. That is more of a private space. So it's the one that I gave them a pass on because of it. But going to missions, that's a whole different story. I expect to interact with players there, and I'm not spending 5 hours in that area hogging the space, right? If I am hogging the space, people can take me out, but people don't need to take me out in my hangar, right? So I gave them the leeway on that one, but for actual gameplay spaces, like outside of preparation, I don't agree with it. I don't like it. All right. Improvements to deactivating soft death were also completed, and its effects can be enabled separately. Deactivating soft death. I mean, like just come back to life? I want to respawn. For flight experience, the team enabled the new flight. Oh, is that just like fixing it? Maybe. The team enabled the new space flight mode in their feature streams. They're currently resolving bugs related to AI ship motion, alongside outstanding work on the takeoff and landing experience. Outstanding. Several new game modes were added to allow them to test a new flight model in the future. New flight model, good to hear about it. Due to the data setup, both the new and existing models can be tested separately without affecting each other. Okay. Fun. I like it. An overhaul of control surface tech began. As such, flying in atmosphere and especially gliding is now much more realistic thanks to believable aerodynamic behaviors, such as the nose falling in turns or accurate drag on large AOAs, especially in regards to changing atmospheric densities. This is new flight mode and dynamic weather coming. There's still outstanding work. Oh, outstanding. Not outstanding in a good way. Outstanding as in there's work still to do. Okay. Outstanding work on the control systems and interaction with thrusters in the AI systems. That's true because the AI needs to learn how to fly now. So it sounds like it's getting there. It's just like all the other systems need to work with it now. I wouldn't expect that still for something like this for probably another 5 months then. April also saw an update to the new quantum tech, in addition to adding a slow speed variant of quantum boosting. Sorry, April saw an update to... Because they could do that. Imagine bringing out the new... I feel like the new flight system will come with dynamic weather. Like, because those two interact directly. And I feel like that's just a themed patch to have of... Look, the realism is being brought. We're closer to realism. Like, make it the flight thing. Flight and weather patch, you know? April also saw an update to the new quantum tech. In addition to adding slow speed variation. Oh, quantum boosting, okay. The devs resolved several bugs and improved reliability and performance. It also features improved ways for the mission designers to control the flow for AI ships. And I wonder if they would include this in like the flight thing, like, you know, all things to do with flight. And then engineering. Oh, and adding engineering on top of that would be a lot. It would just be a complete rework of ships, basically, if they add in the weather, realistic flight, new quantum travel with the quantum boost, and engineering. That'd be a massive ship change. Hello. Thank you for petting the leaf, Danny. What's up? Oh, compatible with yeah, quantum boosting in in Arena Commander. I didn't even think about that. Core gameplay optimization. The scan wave optimize the scan wave mechanic to be as responsive as possible with focus on overwhelming contact environments where hundreds of thousands of contacts are processed in a short period. The fuck is scan wave? Is that like the scanning? Alongside this, the team continued to polish FPS radar and scanning gameplay. There you go. Via regular playtests, April's work included adjusting the detection formula, highlighting visuals, and disabling the influence signature system to improve it to better serve the intended gameplay. Influence signature system. So that would be like components, I guess. Man, I can't wait for all this to come into the game, but full rebalance again. This one I don't mind about rebalance. See, here's the thing: I don't mind balance. I just want us to get closer to the complete game. You know, it is annoying. Like if you're into ship combat and having to relearn all these systems, that can be very annoying. And low flying's dead now, right? Like this will just kill low flyers. Rip. Like, yeah, they're all dead. Like in their rooms, they're on the floor, not alive. Yeah, no, because like you're not going to be able to go sideways, upside down, and turn anymore. You'll do that, and your fucking wing will rip off. Highlighting visuals and disabling the influence signature system to improve it better to serve the. You're going to get a lot of people over from Microsoft Flight Simulator, though. I think some people are going to want to try it out. Okay, we're almost on this. I'm gonna snooze this ad break real quick. Then we'll run the ad break, and then we'll get into ISC. Sorry, it forces 3 minutes of ads every hour. But I can pause it here for 5 minutes. Highlight visual. Oh well, if you're on YouTube, you won't see them. Disabling the influence signatures. Yeah, okay, we did this. Team made improvements to inclusion checks, such as adding a mechanic to skip checks for radar contacts within the same room. This allows for a smoother flowing experience when searching for items or objects out of direct line of sight, which would previously require a fully charged scan to detect. Oh shoot, I forgot to record my voice here to get notes. Fuck. I need to be taking notes as I do this, but that interrupts my talking. Shoot. What else did I talk about? I'm gonna have to go over this again. God damn it. I'm just doubling my work right now. Let's see. Where were we? Oh, okay. Radar contact in the same room. This allows for a smoother flowing experience when searching for items or objects out of the direct line of sight. Oh yeah, you don't really need to scan for stuff right in front of you. Well, maybe something. Which previously would require a fully charged scan. Oh, that's cool. So you can just get stuff. You don't need to see stuff in front of you. Giving you options for what to look at is good. Last of the team iterated on the box out display for radar contacts, optimizing and refining the marker placement. Design also began setting up which objects will be detectable by radar and scanning in the PU. Let's see. Okay, I see. So not everything will be scannable. Several major bugs were... That's good, because there's a lot of objects in the game. You don't need water bottles popping up. Several major bugs were fixed, including one cause... I mean, I guess you could have different sizes of scans, right? Like, hey, small signatures only, big signatures, like get more precise, but it's a smaller range or whatever, you know? I think that'd be fun actually, because that brings a skill into it. Like, what kind of scan are you scanning the right things, and are you remembering where things are? Can you mark them? Can you track them? Can you? You know, be really cool is if you could scan, quickly click things and mark them, but only up to whatever. Like, have a component in your ship that did. Maybe this is what scanning gameplay will be like, but your ship components for scanning will determine how many things you can have saved in memory, because it has to like live, excuse me, track those things with constant radar pings or whatever. So there's limited capability for your ships or your equipment on foot, your helmets. I think that'd actually be really cool. There you go, CIG. There's your gameplay loop for scanning. You're welcome. And then imagine I only want to scan for minables. So what I do is I do that, and then I click save, and it saves that as a map location of the area of minables that I can sell to people. Then I go back through and I do that again, and I make one for enemies or whatever, derelicts, outposts. And now all of a sudden you have all these maps that I can create, and exploration and scanning becomes its own gameplay loop. I think that's a really good way to go about it. There's even more depth you could add to that, but as a basis, I think that's a pretty good skill-based gameplay loop. Add a little mini game in where if like all of a sudden you've lost track of one of the things, to get it back, there's a archived history, and you have to do a little like fandangling with wires in your ship or something to get it back or something. I don't. Hire me, CIG. Hire me, CIG. The commodities issue stopped ships being selectable as a destination was fixed too. For refineries, the team added the location inventory to the list of sources. Destination ore refinery consumes the ore bag so that it can be reused. For cargo items placed on grids, now take item pivot into consideration if the data is available. Location inventory to the list of sources. Let's go. That was the biggest fucking. You had to put it in your fucking ship first and then put it away. That was so annoying. This is huge. Okay, I love that. Does that come next patch then? Commodities issue stopped. Ships being selectable. Okay. Cool. That's our monthly report. Now we go over to ISC, and I'm gonna quickly jot some notes down while this ad plays in 3 seconds. So I will see you guys in 3 minutes, and then we'll watch some ISC. If you're watching on YouTube, you're probably not gonna ads, so I'm sorry, you just have to wait 3 minutes. But I need to blow my nose and take some notes anyway. So stretch your legs, get some water. We'll see you in 3 minutes. I guess you don't have an ad. You got lucky. Let me quickly write my notes. So I got to cover... what did we cover this week? We covered... This is going to be the roadmap roundup. Got my points on that. And then after that, we will have the monthly report. And this will be all the stuff that's in the monthly report. And then after that, we have ISC and what that covered. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, fucking fuck, bud. I want to take this time, because if you're on YouTube and you don't have ads, by the way, if you go over to my fourth wall, it's in the description of the video. Hey, what's up, Toyota? Made it just in time for ISC. We're about to watch ISC. If you want to, I'm giving away a copy of Claire Obscure, which I think is going to be Game of the Year. It is phenomenal. I just made a video on my YouTube channel, my LeafX YouTube channel. Go over there, check that out. On why I think it's great. I don't like turn-based games, but that game changes everything. And I think it's just wonderful. And you can win a copy of it. I'm giving it away on Saturday. We're going to do an RLCS watch party on Saturday. And we'll be giving it away to Fourth Wall subscribers. So if you're subscribed to my Fourth Wall during that giveaway, you're eligible for that giveaway. You can get a free membership for a month by buying $15 worth of merch on the merch store. Or you can go in, and a month membership on the lounge on Fourth Wall is only $2 for your first time ever. So you could win Claire Obscure for $2. And right now the odds are really good. I only have 2 Fourth Wall subscribers. So you would have a 33% chance of winning if you joined right now. And it also helps support me being able to make this content and not having to go and get another job. Which I currently do work a lot of jobs, but I want to focus more on this stuff. So you can support me and also win free stuff, like a full $50 USD game. Freaking allergies kill me. Anyways, ads are done. Oh my god, I really fucking hate this pop filter. It takes up 10 years of space, 10 light years of space. It's so annoying. It works, but it's so annoying. Anyways, we're back. I don't know if yours works as well, though. I was looking at it the other day. I don't think it'll block as much because it's really close. Usually when they're close, they don't block as much. And yours is a wireframe instead of fabric, which won't... Fabric bends as it gets hit with pressure and also slows it down. Even now, I still get pops, but it definitely helps a lot with this. I don't know if that one will work. I'll have to test it because you don't use your mic. You sit back here, so you're not going to get any pops anyways. But I oftentimes am sitting like this, so like listen how much this thing blocks a lot. Anyways, let's get into ISC. Really wish my allergies weren't killing me. This one I will have to pull up on the other screen.
I like making missions
because to get it the right screen size, I have to put it over here. Yeah, I'd have to actually do tests on it. All right. Here we go. ISC. Mission Compossible. This is for 411.
because it's an intellectual challenge and it's a creative challenge. I like playing through the content and seeing things through a player's eyes and trying to craft an experience.
Do you think players like missions?
I hope players like missions.
$60 new missions. Did it say 60 new missions? I missed that.
I like making missions because it's an intellectual challenge and it's a creative challenge. I like playing through the content and seeing things through a player's eyes and trying to craft an experience.
Do you think players like missions?
I hope players like missions.
Oh yeah, don't read that. You're gonna spoil the video. There's no point in watching the video if you read that.
In Alpha 411, we are going to be dropping about 60 new missions, and it's going to be our biggest drop since 4.0.
But do they work? Do the missions
our big
work?
Headliner, Hunt the Polaris. Hunt the Polaris is a mission where the Frontier Fighters have stolen a UEE Polaris, which was bound for Invictus, and they're trying to escape with it and get it back to Pirate. Your job is to stop them.
We can't let them get away.
In order to stop them, you are chasing them around Stanton. You have to search for them, you have to ambush them, you have to defend other ships from them as well as they continue on their path to Pyro.
When you encounter the Polaris, it won't be alone. It will have some Frontier Fighter friends as backup.
Let's get the hell out of here.
What's really cool about this mission is you don't even have to do it alone.
The Polaris quantumed away.
The UE have sent their own guys as well, and there's a hammerhead that, if you keep alive, will help keep you alive too. I think it'll be a really good test of just how strong your friends are, and yourself too.
Next, there are 12 different patrol contracts split between Headhunters and Foxwell.
Foxwell being the faction that gives you the legal version of these missions, and Headhunters will give you the illegal version.
Foxwell Enforcement, they've hit hard times, so their background checks and whoever they hire is a bit more loosey-goosey.
There's a Jared.
Headhunters are now operating for the first time
True, Nikki. How you
in
doing?
Stanton. The Headhunters
I like pain.
want you to patrol an area of space that they consider their own and make sure their interests are allowed to operate safely.
The patrol missions in 411 are a little different than our standard missions. We wanted a mission that was not linear. You will go to a point throughout space, and it will randomly generate between our pool of current objectives. Currently, there's 4 objectives that it can generate between. So you'll go to point number 1. It will pick between one of those 4 objectives for you to complete. Once you complete it, it will send you to another point in space where it will generate another objective, and so on until you've completed 3 points.
Scans are showing outlaws inbound.
Objective 1 is a traditional kill all the ships that appear. That doesn't really require any more explanation.
It is really cool when
Objective
it works.
2 is protect
lately
the
it
ship
hasn't been
that's
working.
under attack from the bad guys. Objective 3
It'll be a
is
free
new
fly in a
objective
few weeks.
called Search and Destroy. And Objective 4 is what we're calling the empty objective,
Not seeing anything.
where you show up and actually nothing happens.
Okay.
I have to say that so people don't think it's a bug. Search and Destroy is a new objective that we've created. We wanted an objective that was less heavy on combat.
The player will go to the location and they'll receive a certain number of areas to discover. It's up to the player to go there and ping and scan with their ship scanners and discover what's going to happen. The player may discover friendly probe, that's one of the UEEs. You're just going there to make sure it's all operational.
Everything is in order.
Or you may discover that there's a hostile one. It's been hacked by another organization and you're there to destroy it.
Seems this satellite's been hacked by outlaws. You're gonna have to take it out.
In some cases, if you destroy it, then the people who own the satellite won't be very happy with you, so they'll QT in and start attacking you.
Target destroyed.
We're hoping that if this mission goes over well, we can slowly add to that pool to make Patrol a sort of mission that will continue to expand upon until we have.
It starts on the
say,
15th. How do you live
15
on a
or 20
motorcycle?
random objectives that can trigger. But really, we're only going to do that if you guys like it, so let us know how you feel.
I'm Lucas Baransko, but my students call me Gilly.
Longtime players might remember Gilly from the
Oh, this is the flight
tutorial from
tutorials,
way
yeah.
back in the day. Gilly is a very experienced combat veteran. It was really good to have him in the game the first time round.
Gilly also appears in 3 new Invictus training exercises, where you'll be able to be shown what a patrol mission could be like.
Prepare to engage.
This is not a tutorial, but it is a series of increasingly difficult combat scenarios.
These 3 missions are so that the player can feel like they're part of the UEE, so that they can get a taste of what it's like to be part of the organization that protects Stanton.
Congrats on completing.
They made it sound like it would be a tutorial.
These are just
I thought they
here
were
while
going
the
to like.
Invictus event is on to add a little bit more.
I thought it was supposed to teach you how to do these different components, how to scan, how to activate your missiles. I thought that was the whole point of this. We already have basic combat missions. I don't get this. Thanks for petting the leaf. Nikki, I'm trying to watch the video. Nikki. Tent and Tinder. Well, good luck with that. That's tough. That's pretty crazy. You're doing that. Thanks, chat. Yeah, just another mission, not a tutorial. I couldn't see it. Did anyone say anything? Okay. What's up, Nosy? Driving through Europe, maybe end up in Spain, rent something cheap, just living warm with it. Gotcha. So I can talk about it after. You guys are fucked. Hello, Sentience.
There are also now
Yeah,
12
I
new
thought it was supposed to be like a
contracts,
tutorial.
also split between Foxwell and Headhunters.
An ambush mission is where you lie in wait for your target to appear before striking them fast and hard.
So it's a mission for...
No, for tactical masterminds. So Foxwell is giving these ambush missions because they are being paid
He is a
by
ninja.
outside contractors to take down dangerous individuals around the Stanton and Pyro systems, which are causing trouble for their clients.
Nice. Done.
And Handhunters, well, they just ambush anyone. They want stuff.
When you get to the ambush location, you will be asked to hide inside a new high emission zone.
Which means that the enemy can't detect you when they jump in. So first there's a wave of scouts.
So this
that
is
show-
good because what it's doing is, so again, a mission like this needs to teach the player and say, hey, go here and do this. So the reason we're going to get you in here is because your ship, look at this screen. You're outputting these emissions right now because of these components. If you hide in here though, scan it, look, there's high emissions here. You can hide within that. And now your output signature is really low. Like they need to explain that. Like I get, it's good that they're getting people to think about that now, but that's still something that they just don't explain to players ever. And that's something that needs to be very meticulously explained. Otherwise it's a system that helps you that will never get discovered by people. I know it exists and I still don't know how it works. And I've been playing this game for 6 years. Like they need to just explain it to people in the missions themselves.
Goes up and they're going to scan for their valuable transport to arrive on time. And since they don't detect you, they give the all clear. The target arrives, and that's the moment you jump out of the high emission zone, which will make you appear on radar, but it's too late for them to escape, and that's when you take down the cargo hauler. I'm really excited about these missions because the high mission zones will unlock further options for anyone to make really cool missions, both PvE and PvP related.
7 years.
Many of these new missions have a chance to spawn an ace pilot.
This guy's just picked up a ship that we've tagged as extremely dangerous.
They are either aligned with the headhunters or the UEE. You won't always know when they're going to arrive. So they will always be a sort of rogue variable inside those missions that you'll have to deal with.
Talk to me about their skill levels.
Oh yeah, their skills crank. I can't crank it any harder. So I think you can. So skilled is definitely their name.
Destroyed.
Oh, that was awesome.
And if you are lucky enough to be able to take him out, you can loot his corpse and he will have some considerable amount of guild scrip on him.
Script.
These scrip are in-game items that you can pick up and collect. You are getting
I guess so,
one scrip
Nikki.
for the
Yeah, I've been
council
playing since 2019.
and one scrip for the mercenary guild. And you can use them as currency. There will be even more ways to get those new collector ships. Oh, there's also new collector ships this patch, but I don't know what they are.
I do.
Of course, it wouldn't be Invictus without visiting the Invictus halls.
This year's Invictus Launch Week returns to Area 18. As you're in the shuttle and approaching the Bevic Convention Center, you get met with the new slogan of this year's Invictus. As you walk out of the shuttle, we walk into the lobby and we take the elevator down. We get met with the beautiful hologram of the mighty Idris itself. As we're walking further into the halls, you'll be able to find all the new ships for this year's Invictus. We can see that this year's Invictus looks a little bit different than what we're used to. This year Invictus will
car
not
shows,
feature different daily
Those are fun.
layouts, but instead has a better, well-crafted layout for the entire duration of Invictus. We can see that there's extra care being taken in the presentation of the ships. This really shows the might of the UEE.
Instead of just plopping them down.
At the entrance of the halls, we can see the rental
Oh
kiosks.
wow, that's very different.
This is where you'll this year be able to rent the various ships. Make sure to return to these kiosks,
That's much better than having to like look at it and click on it and stuff.
as they are on a daily/bi-daily rotation. Invictus this year is not just about ships, but it's about the way that you customize your ships, how you create your own experience with your vehicles,
Blades.
and how you truly make your vehicles your own. So let's check out the Idris Tour at Area
Is it really?
18
Nikki?
Central.
That's great.
As you walk and you look up, you can already see that the Idris is hanging straight above. We'll go towards the IO North Tower and take the elevators up. As we continue over the platform, we get met with the Idris itself. Please take some time to explore. I'm super excited about Invictus this year. I think we've done something a little bit unexpected. I think the way that everything came together really clicked this year. I hope that the players will also see the care and love that we put into making this year's Invictus special.
I'm gonna do a no commentary walkthrough of that. Very precarious.
Overall, 411 is a big suite.
You could just
of
climb onto
ship
the roof, actually.
combat
I saw someone do it.
content. It's been a little while since we've gotten to do something like this. We've heard some of the criticism that sometimes we're FPS citizen, and we hope this goes some way to help address it.
How do you feel having this patch sit on your shoulders?
I think it's a lot of pressure, but it's also very, very motivating. There's a lot of work to do, but we know we can do it. Just got to get it done.
And as as you can see, this year's Invictus is going to operate just a little differently than years before.
So what do we learn
now,
this week?
In addition to the more than 60 new mission contracts being added to Alpha 411, there's also a new way to earn secondary currency for Wicklow and, in the future, his guild brethren, new ace pilots to test the mettle of our greatest flyers, and then, of course, our first tour of the Idris Peacekeeper and a more robust convention center than ever before. One that loses the rotating inventory to highlight all the ships arriving at this year's event simultaneously. There's also those new flight blades y'all have been talking about online, and even some weapon and item packs that'll let you breathe new life into existing vehicles like never before.
What do they do, though? You didn't talk about what they do.
On the RobertSpaceIndustries.com website as the event starts proper on May 15th. And then it continues to cycle through all of our
I guess we have an
manufacturers
ISC
every 2
next week
days
that'll
until
probably
the end of the
cover it.
event. That part stays the same. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the people and process of game development with you. And we'll start learning about the last 4 vehicles making their debut at this year's event next week. And then
freaking
the
allergies,
week
dude.
after. It's a 2-week.
Thanks, Jared. Okay. Yeah, we knew it was an American Pope. It's Cecil.
1 minute later.
Oh.
Oh, and before I forget, the ISC team is hiring. We're looking for 2 more of the game capture folks. You know, those people that make the B-roll and stuff. You get to work in the most broken builds imaginable for like weeks before Evocati, and they're on NDA. So, and then you have to try to make unfinished stuff look great. It's legit some of the hardest work that we've got. But boy, is it cool and fun, and you get to work with some of the best people. Not me, but others. You know, you can find the listing at cloudimperiumgames.com/jobs. Hopefully it's right there at the bottom. Yeah, that'll do it.
Why does he have his puppet?
Okay, that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, wait, did he forget his mustache in this clip? You're right. He left it behind. Okay. Well, I'm going to go apply to that. What was it?
Okay. ImperiumGames.com.
CloudImperiumGames.com/out. All right, I'm going to go do that. I like capturing footage. It was forgotten, but it was. Yeah, very impressive. Anyways, what did we learn this week? New stuff coming. Cloud flight models in dynamic weather being worked on. We also have Invictus launch week coming. Some new ships. I forget everything that was talked about. I'm gonna have to go over it again. I didn't record it and everything, so I gotta go reread everything and see what I talked about. Did anyone take notes on what I talked about? Either way, thanks everyone for joining. Much love. We're going to end it off, whether you join on YouTube or this. Reminder, we're giving away a copy of Claire Obscure this weekend during the RLCS watch party on Saturday. We'll be doing that Saturday and Sunday, but then the giveaway is on Saturday. So if you want to get in the giveaway for Claire Obscure, go join on Fourth Wall. Fourth Wall is the best way to support me. It's also got all of my merch there. And you can get a free month of subscription that will enter you into the giveaway for Claire Obscure by spending $15 on merch or more. Or you could just join right now for $2. I think it's $2. Let's see, USD. $2.50 for your first month, and you could get a $50 USD game. So I'm just saying. Odds are really good. Only 2 people are subscribed right now, so it would give you a 33% chance of winning that, and you're eligible for future giveaways and stuff too. And you support me, and you get shop discounts, exclusive Discord role, and a bunch of other stuff. It could be either of these tiers, the Premium Lounge, VIP, or CEO, either one. Head on over there if you want to get in the giveaway. This Saturday, as long as you're a member, you will be entered in that. But either way, thank you guys for joining the discussion. Much love. If you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. We're going to continue discussions over there. But for now, I got to go blow my nose again because my allergies are killing me. And I got to go get work done because I got to go reread everything we just did. Make sure my notes are ready for tomorrow when I record the weekly recap. Go watch all my videos. I have so much content. You guys aren't watching it. Why aren't you watching it? Go watch it all. Come on. You know you want to. Look at that. 2 YouTube channels, 2 new videos that just went up. Oh my God, look at all these links. Are you guys clicking all of these links? You guys haven't clicked enough links. Go click them all. Watch everything. Thank you guys for watching. Much love. Until next time, keep gaming hard.
I think major and I can take an entire week versus more teams over a shortened period of time, I think it puts more emphasis on the impact of what that may be. Ironically enough, some of the things I recommended, and I can look, when did I make that video? I made that video